Hi guys, Dazzie here with another episode of my showcase series. This time it is episode 31. Today I am going to be showcasing the Vertigo comics, key issue comic books in my personal collection. Yeah, I've amassed quite a few here, guys. A lot of them are worth a bit of coin. A lot of them have been optioned. A lot of them have already made it to screen. Let's get into the books, guys. I'm going to start alphabetically and work our way through. Starting with a book that has been recently optioned for a HBO Max show, and it's going to star Ahsoka, Rosario Dawson. That is DMZ, and this is issue number 1 of Vertigo Comics. This is a story about an American Civil War set in the future. I read it, it's not a bad read. There are just 18,705 copies of this book. I ended up paying £11.74 for this in October of 2019. Pretty much when it was announced. Up next, there's a couple of good charity shop finds here, guys. This book goes for a bit of coin. It is Fables, issue number 1. There is the regular cover. And this is the Alex Maleev variant cover. Now, this is a premiere issue of the ongoing Vertigo series about traditional characters ousted from their homelands and living in the real world. Trust me, guys, it's a very adult story about fairy tale characters, and it was a fun read, actually. That would make good viewing on television, I'm telling you. What did I pay for this? £1 an issue. Oh, £1.50 and £1 an issue. That was in a charity shop in a local game store. Up next, I had to pick this book up because I'm a big fan of the TV show iZombie. I've met most of the cast, got their signatures. This is House of Mystery, Halloween Annual number 1 from Vertigo Comics, and this is the first appearance of iZombie, but this isn't the iZombie from the TV show. This is Gwen Dillon. Okay, but like I say, iZombie is now a Netflix TV show and is a good watch. Basically, it's about a zombie who helps detectives by eating their brains, and she can tell who did the killing. Up next, from one of my favourite writers, we've got a bit of Grant Morrison goodness. This is another book that was optioned some time back. This is The Invisibles, issue number 1. Apparently this has been optioned for a movie. It's like a superhero tale, and it is a book I picked up in November of 2018 for £8.49. Oh, by the way, I picked up the first iZombie for 50p at the Birmingham Con. Up next is a film I wanted to see because the issue itself is a fantastic read, and even my daughter thought it was really, really good. And she don't read many comics, but I don't know, the trailer didn't grab me as much, and it has come out. It went to the cinema, and I didn't even get a chance to see it. That is The Kitchen, issue number 1. This is the regular Becky Cloonan cover. It's basically about gangsters and their wives taking revenge. It starred the comedian, one of the comedians out of the female Ghostbusters team, and I can't even think of her name now. But there we go. I know she has just been cast in the next Thor movie. I don't know if you knew that. Up next is a book I had to pick up because I am a fan of the movie. I own it in my collection, and that is from Vertigo, of course, The Losers, issue number 1. It was a big all-star cast in this, but I think there was Idris Elba. Was it Chris Evans in there as well? But a lot of big stars in it. I know that much. I can't really remember who else was in it, but I know I have watched it. I paid £6.50 for this in March of last year. 2 days before my birthday, actually. It's my birthday tomorrow. Had to get this one. This is the special preview to LUCIFER. This goes for a bit of coin. Ended up paying £3.41 for this. This is I picked this up in October of 2017. And to go with that, because I am a big fan of the Lucifer show, I had to get Lucifer issue number 1. Like I said, £3.41 for that as well. Picked up 2 issues for under £7. The preview and the number 1. That was a bargain. Won't get that on eBay these days. Up next, the biggest of the Vertigo books for me. This was a nice pickup, and it's a nice graded book too. This is, of course, Preacher #1. Yeah, I got the big boy book. Paid 70 quid for this in October of 2018 at the Gloucester Con, of all places. There was only about 2 vendors there. But my mate, Rocks Comics, he had this one, and I managed to get a pretty good deal on it. Of course, this is the first appearance of the Preacher, Jesse Custer, who's had his own TV show. So also the first appearance of Poincias Cassidy and the Saint of Killers, who have also appeared in the show, and the first appearance of Tulip O'Hare. Picked that in October of 2018. And I'm going to show you some Preacher keys now, because I've got most of them. Up next, we've got issue 2. And of course, this is the first appearance of Arseface. It was Connor Byrne from the show. And the first appearance of the Saint of Killers from the show as well. And finally, Agent Dinnings also makes his debut here. £2 I paid for this. I've had 3 of these copies in total. Bought that off Car Boot Tony. Yeah, he had all the keys there for £2 a piece. He upped his prices on me though. I wasn't too impressed. No, I'm joking. Up next we got Preacher #3. Preacher #4. Like I say, all these books are 10 to 15 quid's worth. And then we got some of the later keys. We got Preacher issue 14. And this is the first appearance of Bob Glover and Freddie Allen. £1 for that at R&R Books. Up next we have issue 25 from the legendary Car Boot Tony and the Origin of Cassidy. Issue 42. And this is the first appearance of Odin Quinn Cannon from the TV show. And also contains an 8-page preview of The Minx, a new ongoing monthly by Peter Milligan and Sean Phillips. Picked these all up in February 2019 at the Car Boot in Gloucester. My final Preacher issue is issue 51, The Origin of Tulip, and contains an 8-page preview of 100 Bullets by Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Risso. And just 3 issues left to show you guys, but they're good ones. Up first is a book that goes quite regularly for good coin, and it is always being talked about as being option worthy. This is Sculpt, issue #1. Yeah, I've got it. Not the easiest book to get hold of this, but I only paid £6.67 for this. And this is the first appearance of Dashiell Bad Horse, the main character, and the first appearance of Chief Lincoln Red Crow. It is a series created by Jason Aaron about organised crime on an Indian reservation. February of 2019, picked that up in the Cheltenham Con. Up next, I've had several of these. This is another book that has been talked about being optioned. This is the Survivors Club, issue #1. A 9-issue limited series about people who have survived fictional paranormal experiences. Again, I've read this. Not a bad read. Not a bad read. It's in development for a CW show, apparently. Whether it ever sees the light of day, we don't know. Paid £3.94 for that. And that was in November 2018. And the final book I'm going to show you guys is another monster book from Vertigo Comics. It has been optioned, and it is going to be Hulu's ordered a pilot, and I think it comes from Robert Downey Jr.'s company. You probably guessed the book. It is Sweet Tooth, issue #1, guys. A big book. Of course, the first appearance of Gus, who is Sweet Tooth, and the second appearance of Jeopard. It is the premiere issue of an ongoing series about a young man with deer-like features who must make it a dangerous journey to place of refuge while being hunted. Okay, guys, this was optioned way back in November 2018, and I only paid 10 quid for this, and this is easily a £60 plus book now, I would think. So that's it, and I picked that up in February of 2019 as well. That's my Vertigo collection, guys. Pretty good stuff in there. I like books that make it onto screen. Some of these have, and some of these have got a darn good chance. Bye for now.